And welcome back to another episode here, Dante.
We're cruising.
And listen, if you guys are watching this, as you can see, we're not in our studio. We're at the Garry V headquarters with Garry V sitting to the left of me. Garry, welcome on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course.
It's awesome. I mean, hey, we're in New York City. It's our first kind of on the road podcast. It's
That's
the first
awesome.
one outside of our studio. So to be here is awesome.
It's an honor for me to host you boys on this incredibly special day in my career.
I know.
In my career.
Congratulations,
in the whole
by the
career.
way.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. Congratulations.
You know, you guys will appreciate this. Like, I can't articulate. You won't understand this. Pre-internet, pre-500 channels on television, pre-video games, pre-cell phones. If I told you what trading cards meant to kids in the 80s,
Right.
there was nothing else. Like a little Nintendo,
Right.
but like Topps trading cards was life.
It's like, it
It was like the Garbage Pail Kids
Yeah,
were
that's what I was gonna
red
bring up.
hot.
Yep.
But for me, if you told 15-year-old me that I would have my own Topps trading card, I'd be like, what happened? How did I get good at sports? And then if you told me, no, you invented a Disney, like Transformers, G.I. Joe. This is at the time. Pokemon hadn't happened yet. Universe, Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo universe, Sesame Street universe, and those are the cards. I'd be like, you mean like Garbage Pail Kids? And you'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, get the out of here. That's what would have happened in '86.
That's so cool.
So talk to us a little about what did that mean to you when you were growing up? You know, trading cards and getting into that element.
I mean, I am a public figure known for being a successful entrepreneur,
Right.
and there is no question that what I learned at baseball card stores and the malls and the firehouses and the Elks stations of New Jersey in the 80s is the foundation of who I am today.
For sure.
You know? And so, yeah, it's like, it's my true first love, you know, in a lot of ways.
To add on to that, like, how did you even come up with the idea of VeeFriends, like of the characters and everything? I know that must be a loaded question.
No,
but
it's, yeah,
I was thinking about it at the National when you guys were showing it, and we got to rip a couple of packs, and it was just like something it's kind of what we've seen before, but it's something that like we really haven't seen before. So it's
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an 80s baby. And again, like, you know, you guys are younger. I would say for the kids, what South Park and Doug and Nickelodeon, like, again, but you had internet and you had cell phones and iPads. Like, we had nothing.
Right.
like when you left the house.
Sticks and stones.
Yeah, like Garbage Pail Kids, like 6 Garbage Pail Kids in your pocket. Like on the bus was life. Like there was nothing, there was no distractions. There was no 24/7.
Right.
Like 80% of your life was not around a screen.
Right.
You were like in the real world, and like occasionally you went home. Like we played outside. Like it was different. And I was very affected though by the Alf, the Smurfs, the RoboCop. Like the 80s was crazy for intellectual property. Jaws, E.T. If you go from 1975 to 1985, here are the things that were invented out of thin air. Star Wars, E.T., Donkey Kong, Atari, Pac-Man, Transformers, Strawberry Shortcake, Care Bears. I can go on and on and on, and I was affected by that.
Right.
I thought that was cool, but I was also super into sports. That's why I was into cards. And then later, I got into comic books and a little bit more of like collectible toys. So I was very blended into Comic-Con and the national stuff. With VeeFriends, I'm just, you know, it's fun to have D-Rock here who filmed me for years. We're doing Daily V for a couple weeks special for the launch of Crumb. Like what D-Rock knows, what my mom knows, what my friends that really know me know is I am not known to y'all as really a creative person. I'm more entrepreneur, hustle, flip light, you know, but in real life, I'm deeply creative.
Okay.
You know, I've doodled my whole life. I feel like I'm a creative storyteller. I'm creative in a different way with my words. But this, you know, I'm also very advanced in knowing what technology is coming. So I've been following the blockchain and NFTs for a long time. I saw an opportunity to launch an NFT. I was right about that timing. It got crazy, a bubble similar to the cards COVID bubble. During that bubble, I was like 99% of NFTs are going to go to zero. Mine's not. Here I am 3 years later. 99% of NFTs are dog. Everybody in this room is like, NFTs were a scam. They're not a scam. 99% of the NFTs were a scam. 99% of trading cards are worthless.
Right.
99.9. But the 1% that are something. 99% of NFTs are worthless, but the 1% are going to be. VeeFriends are going to be a valuable NFT, and VeeFriends are going to be a valuable digital and physical collectible. We've started selling comic books on Fanatics Live and
I
whatnot,
saw that.
and
So cool.
to get people to fall in love with these characters. But this Chrome launch, I'm watching Breakers right now because we're in the morning of the launch. I'm reading people who, and you know this, you guys know. You think I'm naive? I'm not naive.
Right.
I know people think it's MetaZoo. I know people think it's a flash and pan. I know people think it's a Garry V money grab. I listen, but they're wrong.